say you opened? Open. But there's a different question we are being asked now. Are you going to remain open even when your doors are closed? Open. There's another way to be open, to pull together or push, depending on the door. And we are making it work. And we will continue to make it work. Together. Because open, we stand.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much. A man who was shot by Richland deputies last night is suspected of killing his pregnant girlfriend and her child in Minnesota. And investigators say he came here to kill another woman. News 19's Julia Kaufman has the details.
Here at the Richland County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Leon Lott has shared an update after police officers shot a suspect inside the Aloft Hotel in the Harbison area on Sunday night.
An arrest team went to make an arrest. They verbally tried to talk him out of the room. He was making threats through the door to the officers outside the room, told them that he had a gun, had a rifle, and that he was going to shoot them. At some point around 10:10, he opened the door to come outside the room with a gun in his hand. We had 2 Lexington County deputies and a SLED agent fired upon him, and he was hit.
This is the weapon Sheriff Lott says the suspect approached officers with inside the Aloft Hotel. The sheriff says it's a BB gun. Investigators tell us the suspect is 29-year-old Renard Lydell Carter, and he fled to Columbia from Rochester, Minnesota after killing his pregnant girlfriend and her 2-year-old daughter. Police in that state say Carter killed the two on Thursday, and their bodies were found in the victim's Rochester apartment on Sunday. According to Sheriff Lott, Rochester PD informed them Carter was in the area, so they launched a joint investigation with Lexington County, SLED, and the Columbia PD to find him.
And his intent to come to Columbia was to kill an ex-girlfriend here.
Sheriff Lott says they located Carter's ex-girlfriend and put her in a safe house until he was apprehended.
They were able to make an arrest. EMS came and treated him, and he has now been put in a hospital where he's being guarded.
The suspect is currently hospitalized in Columbia. Sheriff Leon Lott did not share the extent of his injuries, but he says he'll be extradited and charged in Minnesota. In Columbia, Julia Kaufman, News 19, WLTX.
Well, as we speak of Minnesota, family members of the victims had not heard from the woman for several days, so they went to her apartment yesterday to check on her. Family friends simply asking now that the community pray for the victim's family.
You can't do nothing else. And if you don't feel like coming from behind your doors, get on your knees and say a prayer for this family. Because when one hurt, we all hurt in this community. So please, lift this family up in prayer. Lift my nephew up in prayer. The father of the child, please lift up the mother of this young lady. Lift her up. You know, should nobody have to bury their child.
Autopsies will be performed to determine the exact cause of deaths.
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pig. Star. HH. News. Suspect in killing of pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old found, shot by officers in Columbia. The shooting occurred Sunday night at the Aloft Columbia Harbison Hotel, Columbia. SC Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott says a suspect wanted for killing a pregnant woman and her little daughter in Minnesota was shot by officers at a Columbia hotel. Lott gave details in the investigation into a shooting that left the suspect, 30-year-old Renard Lydell Carter, wounded. It happened at the Aloft Columbia Harbison Hotel, located at 217 Lano Court Sunday at approximately 10:30 p.m. Lott said his agency was contacted by police in Rochester, Minnesota that Carter was coming to Columbia to kill his ex-girlfriend, who lives in this area. Rochester police say he killed his pregnant girlfriend, 23-year-old Keona Foote, and Foote's 2-year-old daughter, Miyona Miller. The two were found dead at the Olympic Village Apartments in Rochester. Carter is not the father of the child who was killed, according to Rochester police. Lott said officers were able to get his ex-girlfriend in Columbia into protective custody. They then tracked Carter to the Aloft Hotel. They say when they knocked on his door at the place, he threatened the officers. After a brief period of time, Lott said Carter came out holding what appeared to be a firearm. Officers from the Lexington County Sheriff's Office and SLED then opened fire, shooting the man multiple times. Lott said it was later determined to be a BB gun. Carter is in the hospital receiving treatment for his injuries. Sheriff Leon Lott holds up the BB gun he says the suspect was holding. Carter was on Facebook Live at the time of the shooting and there is body cam footage. Lott said his agency will investigate and those findings will be brought to the 11th Circuit solicitor to determine if they acted properly. Lott said Carter is here now, but will be extradited to Minneapolis when he recovers and is released from the hospital. Thank you very much. Go to www.amur-eca.
Double homicide in northeast Rochester involving a 23-year-old victim and her 2-year-old daughter. Today, the Rochester Police Department confirming their identities as 23-year-old Keona Foote and her 2-year-old daughter, Miyona Miller.
Yeah, police, Laura, saying the suspect is Keona's boyfriend. Now, ABC 6 News reporter Jacqueline Harold been digging into this story all day.
It's still not clear exactly what happened to Keona Foote and her daughter, Miyona Miller, but officials believe they know who did it.
Our investigation leads us to believe that Mr. Carter is the primary suspect in this case.
On September 13th, the Rochester Police Department responded to a call at the Olympic Village Apartments after family members hadn't heard from Keona. When they arrived, they found the body of Keona and her 2-year-old daughter. It's not clear how long the bodies had been there, but officials say there were signs of trauma.
He was arrested last night in Columbia, South Carolina, at a hotel room at about 10:30 p.m. on a Department of Corrections warrant.
Monday morning, we learned that 29-year-old Renard Lydell Carter, who was also Keona's boyfriend, had gone to South Carolina to kill an ex-girlfriend.
Rochester Police Department in Minnesota, who notified us that a Renard Carter had murdered his pregnant girlfriend and her 2-year-old daughter, and that he was in the Columbia area, and his intent to come to Columbia was to kill an ex-girlfriend here.
Because Carter left Minnesota while on probation, a warrant was issued for his arrest. Detectives with the Richland County Sheriff's Office arrested Carter in a hotel room around 10:30 Sunday night.
Fortunately, he chose not to go peacefully. He Facebook Live with the incident. This was the weapon that he had. It was a BB gun. At the point he had this gun, after he had told officers that he was armed with a rifle and that he was going to shoot them, when he came out, he had this gun in his hands. And that's when they fired the plane.
According to the press release from the South Carolina Sheriff's Department, Carter was shot multiple times in the upper body and is currently under security in a hospital. In Rochester, Jacqueline Harold, ABC 6 News.
Jackie, thank you. Now, authorities in South Carolina say they were able to safely house the ex-girlfriend that Carter was believed to be targeting. Now, Carter will be transferred back to Minnesota when he's released from the hospital to face charges.
Yeah, he is now charged here in Olmsted County in the courthouse here with 2 counts of second-degree murder and 1 count of second-degree murder of an unborn child.
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families and Pig Star HH News. Rochester man shoots pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old girl dead. Renard Carter. Rochester, Minnesota man shoots Keona Foote pictured pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old daughter, Miyona Miller, dead. Renard Carter. Rochester, Minnesota man shoots Keona Foote pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old girl, dead before heading south intending to kill former girlfriend. Police in South Carolina have arrested a Rochester man alleged to have shot and killed his pregnant girlfriend, her unborn child and her 2-year-old daughter in Minnesota, authorities said Monday. Renard Carter, 29, is accused of murdering the victims in Rochester, MN. Early Sunday and heading to South Carolina to kill another woman, an ex-girlfriend who was located and brought to a safe place before he got there. According to the Richland County Sheriff's Office in South Carolina, officers eventually found the man in a Columbia hotel circa 10:30 p.m. where he confronted them while live streaming the interaction on Facebook, officials said. He then threatened to shoot the 15 officers outside the hotel, and came out with a BB gun that looked like a real rifle, prompting 3 cops to shoot, leading to the man being injured. Carter was shot multiple times but was expected to survive, said Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott during a press conference. Carter was scheduled to be charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 1 count of second-degree murder of an unborn child upon leaving hospital and sent back to Minnesota. Boyfriend posted videos on social media of shooting pregnant girlfriend and child. This is a very active investigation, but we just want to let the community know that someone very dangerous was apprehended, Leon told reporters at a news conference, adding that none of the officers was injured. The investigation began early Sunday afternoon, when family members of Carter's girlfriend, Keona Foote, 23, went to her Olympic Village apartment after she failed to respond to their phone calls, Rochester police said in a statement. When family members arrived, they found a dead child, who was confirmed to be the woman's young daughter, Miyona Miller. According to the statement, officers learned that Carter appeared to post videos on social media that depicted the killing of Foote. Rochester police officers were later provided with numerous social media videos from concerned citizens. A criminal complaint provided by Call stated Foote had been in a 6-month relationship with Carter and that they had been living together for about a month, along with 2-year-old Miyona. Pictured, Renard Carter, Rochester, MN man. Image via police bookings. Suspect previously warned victim intent to kill her. Investigators obtained information from a witness that Carter sent a message 2 days prior to Sunday saying that he was going to kill the mothers of each of his children. Officers spoke with another witness, who told of 3 individuals hearing Carter speaking to the victim in August 2020, and threatening to kill her, her 2-year-old and the unborn baby. Carter also threatened to kill a previous partner who resided in South Carolina if that previous partner did not allow Carter to see his children. At the time of his arrest, the man was en route to his former partner's residence. Of note, Kim reported Carter being released by the Minnesota Department of Corrections on April 22 following a prison sentence for felony domestic assault. In 2018, Carter pled guilty to stalking with intent to injury and damage to property. In that case, he was accused of tormenting a woman for several days, including destroying a television and splashing a bottle of bleach around her apartment. It remained unclear what prompted Sunday's shootings. Thank you very much. Go to www.ammer-
A 2-year-old, that's sad.
Just sick.
Olympic Village residents are in disbelief Monday morning after pregnant 23-year-old Keona Foote and her 2-year-old daughter are found dead in their building Sunday afternoon.
Almost brought me to tears because, that child has a whole life in front of them, and, this man just ended it. That's just terrible.
Keona's family hadn't heard from her since Thursday. On Sunday, police were called for a welfare check. That's when Keona and her 2-year-old daughter were found dead inside their garden floor apartment. Now, residents tell us that this side of the building does have a history with criminal activity.
I heard about that side of the building, it's always trouble over there. It's drug deals and robberies always over there.
It almost made me cry because it's a terrible situation of a man just absolutely making a terrible choice.
That man is allegedly 29-year-old Renard Lydell Carter. He was captured in Columbia, South Carolina Sunday night, but not before a standoff with Richland County deputies, where he was shot multiple times after threatening to shoot first.
Unfortunately, he chose not to go peacefully.
Authorities say he came to Columbia intending to kill again another ex-girlfriend.
This is an active and fluid investigation. There's just a tremendous amount of coordination between the 2 agencies.
Not real sure his motivation. You can only guess.
And at this point, guessing is all residents at Olympic Village can do too.
What was his mindset when that happened?
Now, authorities tell us more information will be available to the public once the autopsy is complete. Carter is currently on guard at a hospital in South Carolina. He won't face any charges in that state. However, he does, like we said earlier, face 3 charges of second-degree murder here in Minnesota. He'll eventually be taken from South Carolina back to Minnesota. Reporting live in Rochester, Barrett Leone, KTTC News.